Hello everyone. This video is about 10 things I've noticed my first few hours in Japan outside of the airport. So I'm going to go through the list of 10 things I've noticed about Japan that I find interesting, and I'll be talking about that. Okay, so number one, I found that the people here are super nice, at least at the airport. After I got off the plane, there was an employee who basically, as I got off, she bowed, and I thought that was really really nice. I realize that's probably, they probably do that for everyone, and that's a cultural thing. But I was really impressed by that. And at Narita Airport, it was incredible service from I flew on ANA Airways. That's all Nippon Airways, and the staff were really quite good. And airport staff were quite nice. The immigration staff were quite nice. And one thing I've learned while studying about Japanese culture is, in Japan they have a thing called customer is God. That means they treat customers like God, and they in terms of the customer service, it's really incredible. Okay, number two would be cleanliness. I definitely think Japan is very clean. At least my first impression of it. I've walked the streets in Tokyo, just by the Tokyo station, but I didn't notice anything very dirty. Actually, it was quite clean. And it's somewhat similar to when I lived in Singapore. Singapore is super clean. And I have heard that Japan is also really clean, and so far that's been proven true for me, that Japan is super clean. And even I've noticed signs in the streets that actually say no smoking while walking, and actually I love that. I don't like cigarette smoke, the smell of it, and I especially don't like it when people are walking and smoking at the same time and get smoke on you or other people. I think that's very rude. But in Japan they're very it seems they're very polite, at least with that. Okay, number three, basically the country is very high-tech. For example, I saw an automated Forex machine in the airport. You could put several different currencies in there and you don't need to deal with a human, which I thought was really nice. There was also a quadrilingual robot that could speak in Korean, English, Japanese, and Mandarin, which I thought was really cool. And I actually made another video about that cool robot. And so the next one would be professionalism. Definitely I've experienced, as mentioned about the customer service, but the professionalism is really quite good. People here seem to take their jobs really seriously, and even the bus driver or bus captain, when I went from the Narita airport to here to Tokyo station, he was really professional, and I was really impressed. And by the way, I'm in a restaurant. I've made a foodie video in this restaurant. Okay, number five would be sort of conveniences. A lot of places are open 24 hours, so I'm in a 24-hour restaurant right now. There are a lot of 24-hour convenience stores. The ones I've noticed so far are 7-Eleven. And 7-Eleven, by the way, is actually a Japanese company now. At least it was. It's Japanese owned now. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's 7-Eleven is now Japanese owned. Has been for some time. I've noticed the Family Mart, and there's also a Lawson's, and these places are open 24 hours. Okay, interesting currency. So I do find their currency to be a bit interesting. So this is 1,000 yen. I believe this is the the smallest denomination for a bill. The other at least the ones that you can easily get. Maybe they had smaller bills a long time ago, but I haven't seen any. So anyway, I'm not sure who he is, but this, by the way, this that means 1,000, and this means yen. That means 1,000 yen. And yeah, so I want to show you. I think the currency is pretty interesting. So this is a 500 coin, 500 yen. This is 100 yen. Show you that there, 100 yen. So it's got a flowers on one side, and it says 100 on there. And here's a 10. It says 10 on the back there. And finally, I believe this is the smallest coin they have, which is a 1. So the bottom just says 1 yen. It says Japan. These three mean Japan. And that's a 1 there. So anyway, I think their currency is pretty interesting. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this. This is a 5. And that means 5, that means yen. And anyway, this is a 5 coin. And these coins I think are pretty interesting. I have a good friend who is really good at really knows a lot about Chinese culture. But anyway, this is Japanese. But as my friend told me, in the past, and maybe some people today still do it, but people would basically put a string through a coin like this and I don't know, wear it around their neck or something. At least use a string through it. So maybe that's why there's a hole in it. It's not focusing. There we go. Anyway, so about the currency. Okay, number 7 is about the about taxes, or taxes and prices. So I've experienced where, for example, they'll list an item. So let me find what I got. So I got this today earlier. And it says 480 yen, and that's all I paid. So the menu said 480, and that's what I paid. But I've also experienced something like this, where it says it's 1180 yen, and that means plus tax. So actually, I paid more than 1180. I paid that plus tax. So I've experienced where the price is included, the price is including tax, and I've also experienced, yeah, so where tax is included and tax is not included. So that's a bit of an experience, because usually countries I've been, either the price includes tax or the price doesn't include tax. And it's pretty rare that I've seen in other countries where they sort of do a mix of that. But here in Japan, I've experienced that. Okay. Okay, number 8, sort of randomly, is about umbrellas. So I already showed you this here. I didn't realize this until after because I didn't really understand what this was saying. But anyway, so this is talking about, I guess, the width of the umbrella. And I actually bought this and it was too small. I only realized that after I bought it. Because I didn't really test it out before I bought it. So this one was actually too small. That one was 55 for the centimeters. And I got a bigger one. This is 70. I wasted a little money. I wish I had known about that. I've never been to a country where, anyway, they have many different, where they actually list the width of the umbrella. But anyway, because today it's raining, and I was traveling earlier today and one of my umbrellas broke. The umbrella I had broke. So here in Japan I had no umbrella, so I had to buy one. But I ended up buying an umbrella too small, so I had to buy a bigger one. So anyway, all that being said, I originally bought a 55. That was too small for me, so I bought a 70. So that's something to know about umbrellas. Okay, so number 9 would be about transportation. So at least from Narita Airport, a lot of the trains from the airport close before 12, I believe. And that was unfortunate because I could only get a bus. But anyway, that's something to know. And a lot of the buses, I actually got literally the last bus. I believe it left at 12:25 a.m. And if I had waited any longer, I would have missed all the buses. And if I wanted to come to Tokyo, I would have had to take a taxi, but I think that would have been expensive. Okay, and finally, it's about cultural things. I've noticed a few things, and some things I already knew about. But anyway, so some cultural things are, one, they drive on the left. And I guess I probably had seen that before, but I just forgot about it. So they drive on the left in Japan. So I find that interesting. And also about bowing. Okay, so I've experienced someone bowing to me at least one time. So that's a thing in Japan, the sign of respect, bowing. And yeah, so I mean, there's lots of cultural things, but those are two things that sort of stand out. Yeah, and I've been in Japan now less than 6 hours, but already I've noticed a lot of those things, and that was quite interesting. And as I mentioned, I'm close to Tokyo Station, although unfortunately the metro is closed. So anyway, I'm just sort of sitting in a restaurant. One of the workers is letting me stay here because it's raining outside and a lot of places are closed. Anyway, this was, so far my experience in Japan has been really good. Narita Airport is by far the coolest airport I've ever been to. And the staff there were really nice and helpful. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. And finally, if you want to share this video, also feel free to do so. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to more videos. Thank you.